Hi everybody, this is Jim Wallace from Purdue Band Fan, both the Facebook page and the website, and I'm here with our brand new 2019-2020 All-American Marching Band drum majors. Yay! So for those of you that have not met them before, on your right is Lucy Bays and on your left is Brendan Schultz. And just let them introduce themselves a little bit on their hometown, their major, and that kind of information that you might be interested in. Lucy, why don't you go first?
Sure. So my name is Lucy. I am a junior, going to be a senior next year. Hopefully first year and only year senior. Studying public health, Spanish, and biology. I'm from Zionsville, Indiana, which is about an hour north of Indianapolis area. And yeah.
And you play?
I play the trombone.
Okay. Good. And you started playing the trombone probably 5th grade or so?
5th grade, exactly.
All right. Any other instruments?
I dabbled in percussion in high school. I played the cymbals and indoor percussion, and I kind of drummed for 1 year. So.
Okay. Are you going to miss the trombone section this year?
I think I will. I think I'll but I'm so excited to meet everyone else in the other sections.
Sure.
I kind of tried to branch out of it this year, and it's been awesome learning their traditions and group dynamics. So.
You were a section rank leader or so in your sophomore year, as I recall.
I was a 10 my sophomore
10, yeah.
year,
Yeah,
and then I was
okay.
a 1 last year.
Yeah,
this
cool.
year.
And Brendan, how about you? Where's home?
Brighton, Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I played the alto saxophone, and then in concert band I've played the bari sax, and I'm now playing the tenor sax this semester for the first time. I think I've played the saxophone since 6th grade, and I started out on clarinet originally.
So the keys are the same between an alto and a bari and tenor sax, or?
Yeah, it just shifts a little bit as to where the note sound is on the key, but it's super easy to pick up once you know what you're doing. Embouchure is a little different, but it's been a lot of fun.
Because the mouthpiece is bigger.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to be a senior. Yes. You're a junior right now.
No, I'm a senior round 1.
Okay.
On a 5-year track. I did a study abroad in a co-op.
Okay.
So next year will be my last year.
Where did you do your co-op?
Cook Medical down in Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh, Bloomington.
Yeah, there was a 1-semester co-op a couple years ago.
We know there's a college down there, right?
Hey, it was a lot of fun. I know they're a rival school, but it was a lot of fun. Got to meet, I'm in KK Psi as well, and I got to meet some brothers from their KK Psi chapter while I was down there.
Okay, cool. And you're part of the saxophone section that plays Happy Birthday in tune, right?
Oh yes, always in tune, always in our favorite key.
Favorite notes, yeah.
Favorite notes, it's a lot of fun. And
it's the one song you can miss a note on and no one will know.
No, every note's perfect. Every note's there for the right reasons.
So, Lucy, if you look back at the last 3 falls in marching band, what kind of stands out to you? What did you like the most? Why are you in a marching band?
Oh, so I really liked that atmosphere of the Purdue marching band. That's actually the reason I chose to come to Purdue, was because of the marching band. And I like that everyone's here because they want to be here. We don't have a music major. I kind of just felt like it was a great way to get involved from the start, make some friends, kind of find people that are similar in personality. So I think just that family dynamic really stands out to me as far as the Purdue All-American Marching Band goes, is we always have each other's backs, we're always there to eat together, study together.
Is there any one thing that stands out in your mind in terms of your experience in the band, a particular trip or something? Now, for example, did you go to Ireland?
I did go to Ireland.
Okay.
So that was an amazing opportunity. I mean, how many people can say that they went on an abroad trip to Ireland with 400 of their closest friends and got to march in the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Dublin, Ireland? That's pretty impressive. So I think honestly, the moment that stands out to me was freshman year when I got pulled into a room and got told I made the band. And just like not knowing just how great it was going to be.
How did that happen? How did they tell you made the band?
So the trombone section had everyone sitting in a room, and then they had all the student leaders in another room, and they just pulled us in one by one and asked us how we think the week went, and you're just shaking in your boots because you don't know yet. Yeah. And then they tell you made the band, and you're just a big wave of relief and excitement.
Had you seen the band when you were in Zionsville High School? Did you see them perform at all along the way?
So Boiler Brass, the men's basketball pep band, did a partners trip with my high school my junior year.
Okay.
And that's actually what made me look at Purdue, was them coming and realizing that college band kids aren't that scary. They're just like high school, but older and with more facial hair. So.
Okay, interesting. How about you, Brendan? What stands out in your experience with the band, and why did you do the marching band?
Oh, I love that the band is a family. I'm from Michigan originally, so not many people come to Purdue from my hometown, and I really only knew maybe 2 or 3 people here. So coming into that first week of school, already having 50-some friends with the saxophone section and making new friends every day, just meeting the people next to me in drill, was an amazing way to make connections, learn how to get through classes, learn how to become a college student, and have that family atmosphere while you're at it. So yeah, it's been a really special thing.
So what stands out in your mind and in your activities so far in the marching band?
Ooh, I want to say Ireland as well. Ireland was crazy fun.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, you come as a freshman and you go to the history lesson and you learn about all these past trips that the band has been on and how amazing these travels have been, and to be able to experience that firsthand is pretty awesome. And then also the Foster Farms Bowl 2 years ago now, because we didn't expect to go to a bowl game that year, and I'm so proud that we got to go there, and we put on an amazing show. We had an amazing time.
In San Francisco, which is a pretty nice place to go to.
Yeah,
gorgeous weather. It took us away from the cold for a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say those are my 2 top for sure.
How did you find out you made the band?
We have the saxophones all sit out over by the loading dock outside of Elliott, and one by one they take us around and ask us how our week went and what they think we can improve on, and then different advice for the student leaders, for the different leadership team, and then they tell us that they made it, and we walk over to the fountain, the engineering fountain, and we celebrate with the rest of the section mates.
So did you think you had made it?
I didn't know. I was hoping I made it. I was pretty confident that I had a good shot, but you never really know when you come in because it is a really difficult process.
How about you, Lucy? Did you know you made it?
I was not sure at all. I tell people there's only 3 nights I haven't slept well at college, and it's every single Thursday night of band camp because I'm just so excited and nervous, and yeah.
So you're both tried out for drum major with some others, so it was competitive.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about the tryout process?
Yeah, so this year we had, it began with an interview process. We met with all the different directors, went through different questions they had in terms of personality, in terms of past experience with leadership, as well as different game management and history related to the band. Then we had a game management section where we sat in an office and had an NCAA 2014 game simulator going and called up songs and tunes just like we would in the stands. And then beyond that we had the physical portion where we demonstrated the different drum major skills as well as different marching skills for the different members of the band. And we also had a drill learning portion of that as well, where we had the chance to teach a mini drill to the other candidates and kind of showcase how we would fill that role on the field.
Were you nervous, Lucy?
I was super nervous. Oh my goodness. It was so cold outside, but I was so warm and sweaty that whole week. I think, honestly, the part I was most nervous for was just submitting that application, in all honesty, because that's a big, big step in commitment, and just hitting that submit button saying, I'm about to commit to these 2 weeks of craziness was a lot. So
Did you think you made it?
I wasn't, I felt very good after my audition, and I thought no matter what happens, I'm happy with what I've done, which is what my goal was going into it, was to just look back and have no regrets, just prepare as best I can, and no matter what, say that was everything I could do, and this was the decision they made. So Thursday night we all went out and grabbed milkshakes and just talked with all the candidates, and it was just nice for all of us to just share in that bond. So.
How did you find out you were selected?
Professor Conaway sends an email to the selected candidates. We have to approve our decision, and then after that he announces it to the rest of the candidates, and then the band, and then the department sends out their official announcement.
That was a happy email to receive, huh?
Very happy email, yes.
Yes.
So if anything concerns you or that you need to work on for the next fall, what would that be? Because you've never done this before, so you've never done the pre-game, for example, and had to bend over and have your head touch the ground and so on. What do you need to work on in band camp, do you think, to get nailed?
Well, I think for sure we're going to have to spend some time figuring out our cadences, figuring out how game day works for us, because we both know for our respective sections how a game is supposed to go, but beyond that it's going to be very different in this new position. So I think, at least for my end, I'm going to be spending a lot of band camp working on figuring out how to plan out that time.
Yeah, I think same. I think it's just it's a new experience for both of us, and I think it's just gonna be a lot of kind of going in blind, but then just making sure that we do the best we can as far as game day management goes, because you can prepare as much as you want for a game day, but you don't know exactly how it's going to work out. So
Let me ask you both, how big was your high school band?
250.
250 is pretty large.
I think about 115, but
Okay.
most of that was the color guard and the percussion, so
That includes them?
yeah.
Oh, so the block was fairly small.
Okay.
So you came to a very large band, and
Yeah.
not so much in your case.
Well, this is still much larger than my band back home.
Yeah.
With we're 384 last year, is still an incredible number.
So when you performed at football games, what would the attendance be?
We'd have a pretty full stands. I never really got a number. I'd say a couple thousand.
A couple thousand?
Yeah, we weren't a competitive band though, so we just performed for halftime
Yeah,
at the football
okay.
games.
Yeah, I would say probably for football games, a couple hundred people. It's mostly just parents and family and friends of the football players in the band.
So then you came here and you made the band and you went into Ross Aid the first
my
time.
goodness.
That was
What
incredible.
was that like?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Sure. It was wild because the first time we're really in Ross Aid performing a show is when we're in Ross Aid performing the show at the football game. We
Right.
don't rehearse the morning of or anything. So just marching in, and even though it was a year where our football team wasn't doing great, so the crowd wasn't huge, I was still just blown away by the size of the stadium and everyone there just already excited to see us marching in and doing our cadences and dancing around. So
At least you were with the members of your section, so there was some comfort, I would imagine. It's not going to be the case this...
nope.
We got each other.
We got our section. Yeah, I'm with my section now.
Just the two of you. So, will you be nervous?
I think I'll be more
Excited,
excited.
nervous.
Yeah.
Excited? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially what if we go to a big bowl game?
Oh, I hope so.
I hope.
I'm not saying any names because I have high hopes for our team next year.
So you could even be in, lead the Rose Bowl parade one day.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be good? All right, cool. Thanks for spending your time. Anything that I left out that you'd like to mention? Did we get your major when you were talking earlier, Brendan?
I'm studying mechanical engineering, and then I have minors in global engineering and material science and engineering.
Well, that sounds like a plate full.
It can be sometimes, yes, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, thanks for coming in. Lucy, anything else that you want to add that I forgot or did mention? Probably not, huh?
That's what I can think of.
All right, you have a nice day, and boiler up. Huh?
Thank
Hammer
you.
down.
All right, so long.
Go Purdue.